Hello, this is Monique McDonald. And if you're looking for more one-on-one help with your voice and how to make it magnetic, I want to invite you to check out my coaching packages at themagneticvoice.com. Then click Transform with Monique and book a complimentary connection call. Let's see if we can find a package for you that will fit all of your needs. I'm so grateful for your listening to the Magnetic Voice podcast, and I can't wait to meet you and continue the conversation. Take care. See you soon.
Welcome to the Magnetic Voice, here on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel, a show where speakers and singers learn how to be more magnetic and align their voices to the divine within. Today, episode 50, The Green Room. And now your host, Monique McDonald.
Hello and welcome to the Magnetic Voice podcast. My name is Monique McDonald and I am here with Shannon Kropf. Hey, Shannon.
Hi, Monique. It's great to see you. I know that they can't see us out there in podcast world, but I can see you on my screen. So it's great to see you.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you. And I'm so happy that you weathered the storm.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What an odd, path and time, and nobody knew where it was going or how strong it was going to be. And so, we actually came through it great. The the neighborhood right across the street from us was really flooded. So we feel very fortunate, to have minimal damage. We did lose a screen off of our screen porch. So we will rebuild.
Yeah, it was Mother Nature, or I guess, what was his name?
Ian, yes.
Ian decided to take a few twists and turns that we weren't expecting.
Yeah, it was really crazy. For a couple of days before, they were saying it was going to go west and not even really hit us at all. I mean, other than the outer bands. But
right.
The next time I looked, the path went exactly over the O in Orlando.
Oh my goodness.
And, we went through Irma a few years ago and she was actually much worse for our area. I mean, obviously Ian has wrecked the West Coast, but yeah. We're over here closer to the east than the west. But both of those tremendous hurricanes have come through at night and we don't sleep. You can't just there's a hurricane going. I think I'll go to bed now. I mean, it's just weird.
I know it's you can feel it in the air,
yeah.
Right?
Oh,
can't you?
Absolutely.
And your whole, because our bodies are water too. Mm-hmm. So we're experiencing whether we're aware of it or not. So I just want to send a shout out to everyone who weathered the storm, and we're sending love and light to you and blessings.
Yes,
as you
absolutely.
rebuild, and gratitude.
Yeah.
For making it through.
Yeah.
All right. Well, today I'm so excited to talk about what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about the green room. And Shannon, my darling Shannon, we were in a meeting.
Yes.
Trying to figure out what was next for the Magnetic Voice Group business of mine. And I think it was your idea.
I think it was, yeah. Well, if you remember, we were trying to figure out what to call this kind of behind the scenes meet and greet, but it wasn't that kind of formal. And I was just thinking, gosh, what situations do you have where you're in a group of people and you're talking about things that you're interested in and you're getting to see behind the scenes and it's a cool place. The green room. Oh my God.
And we both went, oh my God, that's it.
Right.
So So I'll talk a little bit about what it was for me before this idea, and then we'll
Sure.
talk about the idea that's coming up. But it was always this kind of, I always felt like whenever I got invited back to the green room, which was rarely green, by the way.
Never. I've never been in a green room. I've been in a red green room and a beige green room but never a green room.
Never a green room. And what it was if a performer was having a performance in a theater or on a stage of any kind, it was the room where everyone that was invited.
Yes.
You had to be invited to be able to go backstage into the green room and meet the artists.
Right.
And you could give your congratulations. You could shake their hand.
Yep.
You could ask any questions that you had. And it was this lovely moment of audience meeting performer.
Right. And if you're old enough to remember Wayne's World, Wayne and Garth, it's just going to be me and RCA, I think, because we're both fans of the movie. These two funny guys go in and they meet. Who do they meet? Dave, producer guy?
They didn't meet Dave, the producer guy. No. Dave is our producer guy.
They met. I can't remember.
The big record guy?
No. It doesn't matter for the story. But they just they're like in awe and they're trying to like have a, conversation with the artist. And then they just drop to their knees and go, "We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We suck."
That was Alice Cooper.
That's right. That's
right.
And there is a little bit of that, I'm with the band kind of, specialness to it. It's not something that you get to do every day.
Right. And I remember when I was the audience and I got to go backstage and meet and greet the performer that I was a fan of. I was there because I was a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And, there were varying degrees of availability, even though they were standing right in front of you.
Absolutely.
Some were preoccupied because they didn't think they did well.
Mm-hmm.
So they were shaking your hand saying, "Thank you very much," but
and they're thinking,
not really fully present at
right.
all. Exactly. Right. And then there were those that were just kind of distracted and looking around to see who was in the room.
Yeah.
And then there were those that were fully present. And I always remembered this when I started to perform and I started to meet my guests and my audience in the green room, because as an audience member, it took courage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
To go backstage and really, because you've been touched in some way and you want to go and give the energy back.
Right.
Right.
And just as an aside, how do you do that without sounding like a huge, like, dorky fan? I love your work. It's so great. And you touch me when you sing.
Exactly.
There's no elegant way to
worthy.
do it.
Yes, exactly. And it became really important to me when I became, the artist.
Right.
And a lot of times it's not so much here in America as much for opera singers, let's say, for other kinds of performers, Broadway or other, popular singers. They'll line up for an autograph.
Right. Yeah, totally.
But that happens to opera singers in Europe, right?
Oh,
where they're lined up outside of the stage door.
Right.
And they didn't get invited to the green room, but waited. So there were the big VIPs who were invited that I had to go and meet and greet.
Hobnob a little.
And then there were those, and I always took time because they waited for a good half hour or more.
Yeah. If you're out of the green room in half an hour, it's a good night.
That's right. To meet me. And to share with me how what I did made them feel. So it was my practice to be fully present. That's really all, that was my only thought was, these people waited for me,
Right.
and they want my autograph, and they just want to share and exchange energy, right? I can show up, and even if I have somebody waiting for me at the restaurant, they're
Right.
going to wait.
Right. Right.
And so when we came up with this idea of, I wanted to create a space where speakers could come and talk to me
Mhm.
about their questions and about their fears and their thoughts and about how to use public speaking to grow their business, how to prepare to give a keynote speech, how to do presentations where they're webinars and presentations where they're inviting people into their group programs or one-on-one programs. I wanted to create a space where I could meet these people and give them some energy
Yeah.
and help support them. And it's really been fun. In fact, just a few days ago on Wednesday, I did my first LinkedIn Live, which was
Nice.
the green room with Monique McDonald.
Awesome.
And I had so much
Oh,
fun
good.
that I've decided to do it every Wednesday at 1
Fantastic.
on LinkedIn. And I'm going to stream it to YouTube and Facebook as well.
Fantastic. That's
So
great.
the live stream is only going to be me, talking
Sure.
about whatever subject people either ask questions that they want answers to, or what my program, Business Speaking Mastery, is all about, which is, we're going to talk a little bit more about that later, but to give tips. And that's what the live stream is going to be. And then I'm going to invite, but that's just one way, right? That's
Right.
just me, Monique, talking.
Right.
So I decided to include the green room on Zoom
Nice.
right after the live stream,
Nice.
so that people can actually interact and the conversation can continue.
Perfect.
So do you see, you planted this seed, my beautiful Shannon, and look what has happened.
That's beautiful. Growing things are good.
Growing things are good. I'm really excited about this, and it's a way to meet new people.
Mhm.
I know you've heard me say before, meeting new people for me is like opening presents.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do a lot of speaking, and my goal this year is to get on 100 stages and
Perfect. Yeah.
speak so that I become more visible, so that I can help more people.
Mhm.
But there's also a new goal.
Yeah.
I know. It just came to me. My new goal is to empower 10,000 voices.
Nice.
I want to I'm going to
There you go.
empower 10,000 voices. I feel like the world, it's this sensation of universal uncertainty.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Everybody's trying to get their foothold.
Mhm.
And I really believe that the world is in need of strong voices now,
Yes.
more than ever.
Agreed. 100%.
Right? We're yearning for leaders and speakers who are so well trained they can step up at a moment's notice to teach, coach, influence, and impact with authenticity
There you go.
and personal power,
Mhm.
divine power,
Mhm.
divine voice. And my mission is to empower 10,000 voices to do this with grace and elegance and poise.
That's amazing. So
I
is the green room part of this?
the green room is the first step.
Okay.
So you're going to come into the green room and you're going to start telling me who you are,
Mm-hmm.
what your message to the world is, and how you want to get your message out into the world.
Mm.
What your expertise is. What is your way to inspire creativity, innovation, and healing as we navigate these uncertain times?
Right.
And then we're just going to start talking, and you're going to be able to ask me your questions. I'm going to be able to share with you whatever I've got going on at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to just talk and grow and share experience and share connection.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing I don't know about you, but I'm starving for.
Oh, I was thinking the other day, I don't remember what it's like to just, excuse me, my voice is a little crackly today. I don't remember what it's like to just have a normal day and pop over to somebody's house or whatever. It's like, even though we're not so afraid of COVID anymore, it's just, you just don't do it these days. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
there's
We've gotten
something
out of the
weird,
habit.
like we never got out of our bubbles, or I haven't, at least.
Yeah.
I became comfortable with sitting around the house, honestly. So connection, yes, huge, huge.
Yeah, and although it is my intention to go out into the world in real life, which my intention to be on 100 stages this year includes virtual and live stages.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about that. But there's also the whole digital world, and having these meet and greets digitally allows me to have conversations. For example, I had a conversation with this gentleman from Germany, from Hamburg, yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we had a meet and greet, and we talked about his voice of power and how he wants to express himself through his business into the world.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the virtual world.
Absolutely.
But we do need also to be in real life.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole virtual thing has been pretty magnificent, really. Dave and I started a network, an online network for composers. And I was really floored that, like, in the first week we had guys from like Belgium and Indonesia popping in and, hey, what's up? It was crazy. And it reminded me of a time in my life when I was traveling a little bit more, and we would go to Europe and we would go to these places and teach and connect with people and all of that. So it's been a really great way to bring something that I missed back into my own life. So connecting. It's all about connection. Yeah.
It's all about 100%. Connection.
And guys, sitting and talking with Monique is so fun and kind of the highlight of my week. Because she has so much wisdom and just such a great sense of humor, and is so real. So, yeah, talking to Monique's a good thing.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I just, I feel like I'm in a time in my life where I've had so many life experiences, good and bad.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about the bad ones, because we always do that, don't we? Good and bad. But here's the thing about the bad ones. They propel us into a new reality, into a new moment where we reclaim ourselves in a very specific way, and we grow.
Yeah.
And I'm in a time in my life where I want to share everything that I've learned. I'm now working with singers as well as speakers, which is this beautiful synergy of all of the things that I do.
Right.
I'm about to launch my signature speakers course called
exciting.
Business Speaking Mastery.
Nice. Yes.
And that's coming up October 18. And I created about two years ago, is it now?
Gosh, has
Can
it
you
already
believe
been
that?
That's
I know.
wow.
Maybe a year and a half ago. And it's one of my favorite things that I teach because it although it's for speakers, it's really for anyone. Whether you're going to use these skills in a relationship,
right,
or in, promoting your business, or in creating events to connect with others.
right.
We talk about how to get ready to be seen and heard, right?
Yeah.
Most of us just jump on a Zoom call.
Right.
Think about,
Yeah.
and I'm not talking about your hair and your makeup. I'm
Of
talking
course.
about
the intention
I'm
of
talking
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what do you want to fill the room with before you get there?
Right.
That's one of my little tips
Yes.
and things that I do. I fill the room with love. So I'm walking into the room.
Right.
And I'm walking into love, whether it's on a stage in real life or in a Zoom room.
Right.
I picture it in my mind and I see it filled with love. So I walk in to love. Isn't that lovely?
It is. And, I just did this today. I am teaching a little bit back at Full Sail again, which has been great. I forgot how much I missed teaching. Funny. Anyway, I had a meeting with a student and I was honestly kind of dreading it, not feeling super great today. And I was just like, the questions there's no stupid questions, but there are almost stupid questions. And, I was a little annoyed at I shouldn't have to explain this to you and all that. And so what I did was I went into the learning management system and I pulled up his picture and I looked at him and I said, I want to be helpful to you today.
Yes!
He's not on the call or anything. Once I see that it's a real person with real needs that I can help address, it changes that energy, from I don't want to do this to I have a chance to help this guy and I'm going to do that.
Oh, I love that, Shannon. That's so beautiful. And I do it too.
Yeah.
And it brings you to a certain place within you so that when you actually see the person,
you're glad to see them.
Yeah. It's like you already have a relationship with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing. So this is my 6-week signature course called Business Speaking Mastery. And we're going to be talking about releasing limiting beliefs that leave you stuck. We're going to be talking about how to engage your audience with your voice. And so that you can walk into any room and own it, whether it's in real life or on Zoom. On Zoom, you own your square.
Right.
In real life, you own the stage.
Yes.
Guiding people through their calls to action, which is another thing that I just am enjoying teaching so much, because when you're inviting people, most people don't like sales. They feel very weird about selling to people. And how to feel like you're inviting people into your presence so that they can spend more time with you, take the next step with you. And Shannon, you've even helped me with tips and tools for tech and in the virtual world. So this is a live online class and you're going to get to practice your presentations and get real-time feedback.
Perfect.
With me.
That is something that we need so much. We just need the feedback,
Yes. And the practice. To practice in front of someone who's going to love you up, give you feedback.
That's right.
Yeah.
I used to say that to my music students out of Memphis. If we were doing something, we did a lot of clinics is not the right word. I can't think of but anyway, where we'd have them get up and try new things on their instrument and they're trepidatious and I don't know if I want to do this. And I was like, well, you may as well try it here where I love you and I'll be kind to you if you mess up or whatever.
Right.
I'll lead you in the right direction rather than being afraid of it now and then having an embarrassing situation later on in front of a crowd, for instance.
Yes.
So yeah,
which is what often happens, right? We push ourselves to do it. Yes, you must do it, but do it first in a safe place where you're going to get real-time feedback.
Yep.
And so you can go to themagneticvoice.com/mastery,
Yes.
and we are going to get you signed up. We're starting on the 18th of October. I can't wait to share this with you. And Shannon, there's one more thing that I'm going to be doing. It's brand new. And apparently October is the month for Monique trying new things.
Okay. What is it? Lay it on me.
Okay. So this is hot off the presses. Like nobody.
2 hours ago.
Really, nobody even knows that I'm doing this.
Okay.
So there's been this talk about I should be singing during my presentations. And I'm saying, no, it's not about me. It's about, it's about my people. Well, it's about the speakers, right?
Sure, of course.
And so I've been really at odds with bringing these two aspects of how I empower people together.
Right.
So I have just created a new session called Voice Clearing.
Ooh.
And it's where I'm going to be using my own voice to clear any blocks or challenges from your voice.
Nice.
We're going to be using our voices to heal and vibrate our spirit, our soul. We're going to be using all of my spirituality, all of my healing gifts, and my singing voice and my speaking voice to move you to a new level of your ability to voice your value and vibrate the world.
That is amazing. What a unique and wonderful thing. Well done, Monique.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all the ways that you partner me, Shannon.
Absolutely.
I am so grateful for you in my life.
And you.
And for all of you out there listening, we are so grateful for your presence. And thank you for your courage to speak your truth, to teach, to inspire, to coach. The world needs your voice now more than ever. Bless you. So I invite you to take a deep, centering breath, releasing anything before this now moment, bringing your attention to the most sacred part of yourself. And as you consciously are present to the deepest, most sacred, divine self that you are, I invite you to breathe. Breathe in, releasing anything outside of you. Any thoughts or cares or worries. And focus. Turn your eyes inward. Listen to this depth that you are. Feel the energy of the sacred you that has been alive since the beginning of time. The part of you that is united with life itself. And breathe and know yourself as this power, as this divine, loving energy. You are the ocean. You are the desert. You are the sky. You are the core of the earth. You are all living beings, and you hold the world in your hands. You are divine voice. You are God's voice personified. You have a message within you that only you can deliver. You are a creature of light and sound. You are human and divine. You are the perfect center where heaven meets earth. And the world needs your voice now more than ever. You are the light. You are the light. Breathe and know. You are the light of God. I am the light of God. We are all the light of God. And when we speak from this sacred divine space within us, we light up others with this light. We shine brightly and give others permission to do the same. We remember who we truly are and whose we truly are. We give ourselves permission to step into this being of light that we are and send our voice to the ends of the earth with joy, with love, with light, with divine presence. We dare to speak and know ourselves as God's healing voices on earth. We inspire creativity, innovation, healing, understanding, and the memory of who we truly are. And for this and so much more, we are eternally grateful. We breathe in, God is, and we exhale, I am. And we say thank you. And so it is. And we let it be.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Magnetic Voice here on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel. This channel is made possible because of listeners just like you. If you would like to support the channel with your tax-deductible contribution on an ongoing basis or through a one-time gift, head over to experienceofthesoul.com/support. The Magnetic Voice is copyright 2022 Monique McDonald, all rights reserved. Our theme music is composed by Dave Kropf and used with permission. The Experience of the Soul podcast channel is a production of 818 Studios.
Hey friends, Sean here, your Experience of the Soul producer. I want to take a moment to tell you about something truly exciting. The SoulWorks online community, created by your host, Cynthia Alice Anderson, and available on the Mighty Networks app. If you're looking for a place where you can explore your spiritual path, connect with others, and grow in a meaningful way, then this is for you. SoulWorks is so much more than an online community. It's a safe, inclusive space for spiritual exploration, self-discovery, and personal transformation. Inside the community, you'll find everything from uplifting spiritual studies to soul-centered growth practices, meditations, affirmations, and so much more. It's a space where you'll always be supported and never judged. The best part, membership is free. You'll have access to powerful resources, inspiring content, and a supportive group of like-minded people who are all on their own unique spiritual journeys. And if you're ready to dive deeper, there are premium options available to enhance your experience with a live Monday night talk series and extended, deeper meditations. If you're seeking a place to connect, grow, and nurture your soul, we would love to have you join us in the SoulWorks community and see where this journey can take you. Visit my.soulworkscommunity.com today.